Hello friends, thank you for joining me for another painting by myself. My name is Corey with the Painted Peacock. I have the camping bug. The weather is barely starting to cool down and I just miss camping. I haven't done it in a while, so I've decided to do a piece this evening involving the Milky Way. Starting with my canvas and just putting blue all over that thing. I wanted to make sure that my canvas was completely covered and the blue was nice and wet. I have a sea sponge that I am loading up with white paint, and I am going to stipple a stripe right down the middle. And then I'm going to add some black and stipple it on the edges. Now that line between the white and the black is quite stark, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that blue and kind of soften between the two. I like acrylic because it dries fairly quickly, so I can just move on and create. But sometimes it takes too long and I have to use the blow dryer. We're going to add our ground. I have a tent I'm planning on doing. We're doing it black because night is a very dark time for me. Technically, it's a dark time for everyone, but that's why I'm not bothering with anything other than black right here. I did want a dark pine in the background. As I was doing it, my brushes kept separating, and it kept leaving clumpies in my tree, and I hated it. So I held the bristles tight with my fingers, and it seemed to solve the problem. Hurry up, black, dry, we got things to do. We're going to start with my tent, and I am blocking it out with white first. I just like my colors really, really bright, and so I will often block out with white so that I don't have to paint layer upon layer of my colors to get them that vibrancy I desire. So blocking out our little tent, getting the shapes I want, filling in the tent so we're not seeing grass in the inside. It's impossible. We're going to add a little yellow and make it just as freaking fluorescent as possible. Yeah, it's a nighttime picture. Look at this day glow tent. This is where we just trust the process. All right, we're taking just a little bit of orange and we're just going to create some planes, giving an indicator that this is the front and the side is the side. Basically using the yellow, or kidding, orange as a simulation of a shadow. And just kind of softening up that day glow. Still pretty bright though, trust the process. And we're going to put happy little trees. I wanted 2 on the left, nice and tall, and 1 on the right. I'm going to add a little white to my brown so I can create some highlights. I do have a strand of lights I plan on painting, and so my highlights all have to be facing towards the tent. Adding a little bit of that brown just so it is not quite so bright. And I added a little orange on the ground here just to give that glow. And putting that orange on top of that black popped so much. It's probably my favorite part of this whole piece. Anyway, I have some green that I'm just kind of stippling on with a large brush. I didn't want to paint any branches, and so I'm just suggesting that there are branches underneath this green business. Again, adding a little white to my green. Oh, kidding, we're doing black first. We're putting in that shadow behind and my light green toward the middle. Again, being respectful of the light that's about to happen. So this is my little strand where my lights are going to go. And we're just going to wrap it around and around both sides. I'm doing this with white just so it pops, and adding my little light bulbs. I'm doing it white and we'll cover them with yellow. Again, I just want that bright color to pop. And a little yellow. Now my strand was so white, I didn't love that part. And so I did end up taking just a little bit of gray and kind of darkening up that white so it wasn't such a punch in the face. And we're just doing a few outlines on our tent. This nondescript squiggle define is just part of the style I enjoy doing, and here is our completed piece. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.